Hello, everyone. This is attorney Robyn McCoy, and this is Robyn Legal. This is Saturday, April 24th, and I am giving the talk, What to Do When Stopped by the Police. I am a defense attorney, and I've been practicing for 19 years. I specialize in criminal defense. I worked for 12 and a half years with Michigan Children's Law Center, handling neglect and delinquency cases. I also do family law and estate planning. I'm a partner with the law firm of McCoy & Associates. Our firm specializes in wrongful death, personal injury, estate planning, commercial litigation. I'm licensed to practice in Michigan. My father is my partner, and he's licensed to practice in the state of Michigan, as well as the state of Arizona. So we're going to give the talk today, and I've done this numerous times. I've been doing this for several years. I also do workshops on expungements, how to set aside your convictions. We've got a lot of folks calling in to hire the firm to deal with getting their convictions set aside, especially with the new clean slate legislation. And then estate planning with wills. We're going to jump right in. And I have a PowerPoint that I put together to talk about the subject matter. So we're going to jump right into the PowerPoint. So the talk, what to do when stopped by the police. So what should you do when the police come to your door? If you're a minor, don't let the police in unless it's an emergency. If you're a minor and you're home alone, I would suggest that you not answer the door unless there's an emergency, i.e. somebody is sick, someone is being physically or sexually harmed, someone's trying to break into your house. A call to the police should only be made if it's an absolute emergency. If there is no emergency and you are home alone, then don't answer the door. Call your parents on the phone. Parents, guardian, foster parents. If your parents are home, tell them the police are at the door. If you're a minor and your parents are home, then inform your parents. My advice to parents is only answer the door if there's an emergency, then let the police in your house. If there's no emergency and you want to engage, you can slightly open the door and leave the chain in place. You can also open the door and step outside of your house. Some people don't answer the door, okay? My mama comes from South Side Chicago, and they don't answer the door unless it's an emergency. They don't call the police unless it's absolutely an emergency, because y'all see what's going on. You got some trigger happy cops out there. I mean, if some folks just handle the stuff, if it's an issue they can handle on their own, they don't call the police unless it's absolutely an emergency. So don't consent to the search of your house. If the police come to your door and say, open this door or we're going to break it down. This came to me from some children in Detroit for a program that I did a couple years ago. Well, open the door. If what they're doing is illegal and impermissible, then you can call an attorney or the ACLU, and you can have it evaluated as to whether they're breaking the law. You can say to them respectfully, I don't consent to you searching my home. And if there's a problem, then call the lawyers. The lawyers can look at it and sue if necessary. If the police ask permission to enter your house, then you can say no. As I said, if they ask permission to search your house, don't consent. Because if you consent to the search of your house and they find something incriminating against you, your friends, and your family, it can be used against you. If they have a search warrant, then ask to see the search warrant, and they are only allowed to search the areas identified in the search warrant. When you encounter the police on the street, what are the tips? Don't run, give your real name, zip it. If you encounter the police on the street, don't run. There's a case called Terry versus Ohio. Terry versus Ohio, 392 U.S. 1, 1968, was a landmark decision of the Supreme Court of the United States, in which the court ruled that the Fourth Amendment's prohibition on unreasonable searches and seizures is not violated when a police officer stops a suspect on the street and frisks him or her without probable cause to arrest. If the police officer has a reasonable suspicion that the person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime, and has a reasonable belief that the person may be armed and presently dangerous. So reasonable or articulable suspicion. A reasonable or articulable suspicion could be that the police get a call that the person is in a red shirt and blue jeans and is checking cars or looking in cars in the neighborhood. So if the police come up on you and you match the description, then this could give them a basis to detain you and do a light pat down of your outer clothing and ask for identification. If they ask for your name, give your real name. Okay, because if you give them somebody else's name that doesn't have any warrants, you could get charged for that too. You can get charged for identity theft. If they start asking more questions, ask if you're under arrest or if you're free to leave. If they say you're free to leave, then don't keep talking to them, zip it and leave. You have the right to remain silent. Most of my cases come from people giving a statement to the police that results in them, they're being charged. Some police officers will trick people into making an incriminating statement. And the Supreme Court has said it's okay to do that. I had a case with a client that said, oh, they said if I gave a statement, they would let me go home. Well, what they don't explain to you is that they give the statement, they give it to the prosecutor based on the statement and whatever other evidence they have, the prosecutor decides whether to charge you or not. So don't help them to make a case against you. What should you do when the police stop you in your car? Don't flee or elude the police. If you're stopped by the police when you're in your car, you should safely pull over right away. If you fail to stop, you could be charged with fleeing and eluding. Keep your eyes on the steering wheel until instructed to do otherwise. If it is nighttime, turn on all the lights, including your interior lights, and roll down the windows. This is, of course, if you have nothing to hide in your car. Okay, folks? So again, take this knowledge, this information, apply it to your specific situation, modify it as necessary. Be polite and show respect to the officer. Provide your license, registration, and insurance upon request. Don't make any sudden moves. If you don't have any of that, still be polite, respectful. Maybe they'll give you a warning. Better, again, you've had times when people ran from the police, they got shot in the back. Now, the family made a claim and the person got, like Walter Scott, he ran, he had a child support warrant, it's my understanding, and they shot him in the back. I mean, and, families can make a claim for, they can make a claim on your behalf, but you're dead. So don't run. Don't consent to the search of your car. If they ask to search your car, you can refuse to consent. Consent means to agree. If the police have probable cause and it permits them to search your car. If the police ask you to get out of your car, then get out. If they ask you to make a statement, politely tell them no, and that you would like to speak to a lawyer. If the police put you in handcuffs, don't pull away or resist. That's often a situation that I see people pull away. People, they physically resist, they pull away and they make the cops, they make their job harder. And you never know. You may have a case that could get thrown out, but you add an additional charge for resisting, obstructing, and you make the situation worse for you. So comply now, complain later. That's a phrase that I came from Detective Brian Fountain with the Detroit Police Department. He does programming. We both do programming on what to do when stopped by the police. We've collaborated before with some kids, some of the kids in, we went to Henry Ford High School. We went to, we've been all over. I mean, we went to, it was the Malcolm X Academy. So you can see on my Robyn Legal website some of the schools that we've attended where we've done collaborative work as far as the programming. So comply now, complain later. If the police pull you over and decide to arrest you, then comply now and complain later. This is not the time to get into a debate with them. Be polite, be respectful, don't run or flee or pull away. The goal is for you to live to tell your story. If the police are rude and disrespectful, get their name and badge number and file a complaint with their internal affairs department and call an attorney if you feel your rights have been violated. Attitude, the way you respond to the officer could dictate whether you receive a ticket or get arrested or get a warning. Don't be scared of them, be respectful and courteous to the police. And I know some of y'all are saying, don't be scared. We're going to be scared. Okay. I've been scared. I've been stopped. You still going to be scared. We'll do a prayer, take a deep breath, and, just press on. What to do if stopped by the police at the school? Request an attorney. Don't run. Don't resist. Give them your real name. If they ask you to give a statement, tell them you're exercising your right to remain silent and request an attorney. Once you're connected with an attorney, tell the lawyer the whole truth about what happened. Tell your parents the whole truth, your guardian, your relatives, tell the whole truth. Tell the lawyer the whole truth. And then tell the lawyer, so then the lawyer can figure out what to do, whether you're going to give a statement or not. Most times, no, we're not giving a statement. We're not helping the police to make a case against you, but tell the truth to your lawyer. I cannot say this enough. Tell your lawyer the truth. We are there to help you. to protect your rights, but if we can't do it without getting the truth from you. Recording. If you see the police mistreating someone, you can record them at a safe distance. If you interfere with what they are doing and it is deemed unlawful, you can get charged with obstruction of justice. If you see them killing someone, so I said it's permissible to intervene. It depends, again, on the circumstances, because, you know, you guys saw with the George Floyd situation, they saw him, he literally was getting killed. If they tried to intervene, the cops had guns. They probably would have gotten shot and killed, and then it would have been up to or injured. It would have been up to a jury to decide whether it was lawful for them to intervene or not. So again, you have to take this information and make a decision about, you know, whether it's applicable to your situation. Each situation is you know, again, is unique. And so these are some basic tips to help you get through that encounter with the police, as I know many of us have had or will have encounters with the police, especially if you are Black and brown and red in America. You're going to have the encounters. I've had white clients that in certain areas they have encounters as well. So there's a book out there by Kenneth Meeks, Driving While Black. I read it early on as an attorney. That was a really good book, with just talking about some of the issues with dealing with the police, you know, some of the stats that were out there. So this is my video on the talk, what to do when stopped by the police. I'm attorney Robyn Lynn McCoy, and you see my website is listed here, and my email and my phone number. And so everybody, just please be safe, stay safe. And for the kids out there, even the adults, I have to tell the adults, stay away from the chickens. The chickens are the people that are going to bring you down. Hang with the eagles, the people that are doing positive things, working to improve themselves, to get jobs, be productive citizens. Hang with the eagles. Stay away from the chickens. The chickens are the ones that sometimes they're hotheads and they get you into trouble. And then that's what I see a lot with folks, with kids, with young adults. They get in trouble and they're like, well, I was coming to help so-and-so. So-and-so was fighting. I was coming to help, and I end up getting a charge. Okay, well, when you're in school, the name of the game is go get a teacher. Go let the teachers know what's going on. If you're being bullied, express that. Don't, because I have situations where kids have been bullied and then they snap on the person that has been bullying them, and then they get charged. And it's important. Let your parents know, let your guardians tell the adults if you're being bullied, if you're being mistreated, it's not right, and you should speak up. You should journal about it. Let the adults know so that they can handle it. So everybody, again, as I said, be blessed, stay safe, and you know, stay away from the chickens.